Hello, and welcome to day 27 of Dungeon 23. We only have 3 more days to go for this month, and we'll wrap up this level of the dungeon. But today, we're going to be making an addition onto this area here. And I already know what I want to put there. I was generating random ideas on Kobold Plus's, Kobold Fight Club. Again, very useful tool for generating encounters, and I randomly generated one that gave me an idea. So before we get to that, the first thing we're going to do is draw out the actual room. Alrighty, we have our basic room done, just a very basic room. Connects this guy and this guy and this guy down here. And what we're gonna put in it is a creature called a Darrow. The way Darrows work is they're kind of aberrations, but kind of not. In the original Monster Manual, and I think Volo's Guide, has them as being like a unique humanoid creature. Kind of like how kobolds aren't draconic, they're humanoid. But in Multiverse of whatever it's called, the Multiverse book, it is changed to aberration, which is a change I like, although I do not like the layout, the format, or many other changes in those books, so I don't use them for the most part, although these will be considered aberrations, purely for creature type and for like overcoming resistances and stuff like that. So you're not going to be able to use like Charm Person on it. Now, what does a Darrow do? There is a Darrow Savant who is like a magic user who could like cast like a 3rd level spell and some lower ones, so a 5th level caster. But I think it's a bit too tough, and it's not really what I want out of this encounter. What we're gonna use is like the regular Darrow, and what the regular Darrow does is they're okay stat-wise, okay martial fighters. I believe they have a crossbow, but their main thing their main weapon is a melee weapon. It is a hooked spear. What that means is that it's just like a normal spear, but if they make an attack, instead of choosing to do damage, they can choose to knock you prone. And I saw that, I thought it was cool, but also the random creatures it also assigned to it as part of its encounter were, I think, some random like bats or whatever, or frogs, but also goats. So my idea is like a shepherd type mini boss. So let's put down our guy and our little minions for him. So quite a few goats are being put down. Now, what he's going to do is he's going to have a special bonus action. Basically, he could command one goat to do it, to take its action. Or more accurately, what to do on its turn. This is just to prevent them from being swarmed by goats, although goats aren't that formidable of enemies. Basically, he could use his bonus action to like have the goat run up and knock you prone, and then he could go with the spear, or he could try to spear you and hook you, and then have the goat charge you and then do the extra damage while you're prone. You know, stuff like that. But he has to use his bonus action, and it's only one goat at a time he can command. Now, it's not like an active thing. Like, if he tells a goat to attack one guy, it's just going to keep attacking that guy, but it's not going to change its action until, you know. It's kind of like how undead behave with the animate dead spell. Although, like, he has to physically say, they have to be able to hear it. And also, you can only command one at a time. And his special loot... So, on top of the hooked spear, also, he's going to have a little funny treasure. He's going to have 2d8 wheels of cheese. Now, he's going to, when you first encounter him, he's not going to be immediately hostile. He's going to be just very suspicious and kind of neurotic. And that DC to basically calm him down and to make sure that he's not gonna be all violent is just gonna be a DC 14. Actually, we're not gonna give it a flat DC. It's just gonna be versus his insight. And he will also, let's make this 3d8, and then he'll just sell cheese for, let's see here, he's gonna sell this cheese for 4 silver pieces of wheel. I don't have the prices for cheese memorized, because why would I? Actually, let me just double check that really quick. So this is actually quite expensive for cheese. I just double checked. It's usually like 1 silver piece for like some cheese, but this is it's not a big wheel too. It's a small wheel, but it's expensive and it's like fancy goat cheese. Maybe it's not goat cheese. Maybe it's like just like cow cheese, like regular milk cheese, and so it's all like, why do you have this? Anyway, the point is that he's a little funny cheese merchant guy who, if you don't calm him down, he's gonna attack you. And if you fight him, you can get a lot of his cheese. Perhaps later on in the dungeon, if they don't kill him, he could show up later. Otherwise, he's just gonna be a fun little guy here who has cave goats, and he's doing stuff down here. So yeah, that was day 27. Tomorrow, we will be making 28, which will be probably these 2 rooms together. And then 29 will probably be, it'll connect this room and this room, but not this one. So that we will get like 2 for 1. And then probably put the exit right here, actually. So yeah, basic plan's done, and then we'll move on to the next floor. And for the next floor, we're definitely going to make these rooms bigger, because I grossly underestimated how big each room needed to be. So yeah, thanks for watching. You know, do all the algorithm stuff, you know, like, comment, subscribe, that kind of crap. If you have any suggestions for the next floor, it's gonna be more of like the same, although I want to put more emphasis on goblins, and like how I got want to have like some more wacky, fun goblin adventures. And yeah, so make your comments if you want to. And I apologize for the poor quality. It's not gonna get any better.